when he found out his parents weren't buying him a PlayStation. The dad was apparently undressing and put the weapon down for a brief moment when the kid picked it up and started firing. Saudi Arabia has dubbed this kid the country's youngest killer.
You killed your dad over a PlayStation? I'm getting condoms for the rest of my life. What's good, YouTube? Today we're gonna look at the youngest kids that were sentenced to prison. How are you getting sentenced to prison at 12 years old? While all of us was sticking at home playing Fortnite, playing some sports, going to school, your ass was killing people? Have you even tried playing video games first? If you're watching this from YouTube, make sure you guys join us on Discord and make sure you guys join the Twitch. We're live every day. And without further ado, let's get started.
Check out our top 10 most horrible crimes committed by children.
Okay. Bathtub girls, okay. What's this about?
Are Canadians supposed to be nice? I guess Sandra and Beth Anderson of Mississauga, Ontario are the exception. In 2003, the sisters, who were 15 and 16 at the time, were charged for murder when they killed their mother by feeding her copious amounts of Tylenol and booze and then drowning her in a bathtub. The girls actually got away with it for about a year until their neighbor came forward with evidence.
This video better say that the mother was a horrible person, because for you to look at your guardian, the one that birthed you, the one that took care of you your whole life, you're killing your mom? How do you even live with yourself? I don't know, it's weird, bro.
Evidence that this wasn't an accidental death, but a previously planned and thoroughly thought out murder. If you listen to the 911 call that they made as a way to stage the incident as accidental, you'll hear the operator telling them to give CPR, but the girls aren't following through. By the time the ambulance arrived, she was dead. Apparently, the two girls were fed up with their mom, who worked 2 jobs and struggled with alcoholism, being unable to give them the expensive things they wanted. Police found—
You killed your mom because y'all niggas was broke? Sounds like a personal issue. You ever thought maybe you should get a job? It's enough that y'all niggas are already living in her home. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. Maybe it's not the best thing that she's an alcoholic, but you didn't have to kill her for that. You could have just told her, hey, yo, can you lay off this? But to kill your mom because y'all were broke? My family was broke. I never once thought, I can't wait to discard my parents' skill issue. It's just a skill issue.
Found out later that their internet search history showed research on how much money you would get if your mom died. They discovered they'd each get $68,000, which they could put toward their wishes like a European vacation, a marijuana farm, and a nice house. After they gave their mom the codeine-spiked beverage, they alerted their peers on social media about the process of the murder, to which one of their twisted friends responded, "Good luck, wear gloves." Most of their friends agreed to keep it a
Nah, bruh. Arrest everyone in here. This is bad.
Secret. But Beth, the youngest of the two, kept bragging about how she killed her mom at parties and school events. This led—
No, stop. It's one thing planning out the murder of your mom. It's another thing murdering your mom because y'all were broke. And it's another thing bragging about killing your mom. Y'all are weird. Y'all deserve to get life in jail. I don't care what age y'all are. How are you expecting people to react to when you're bragging about killing your mother? You think they're gonna be like, you're radical, dude. What the hell? You're so cool. How did you muster up the courage to kill your mom? Yeah, bragging about killing your own mother. I could just imagine everyone that she told that to, they just ran away.
Beth, the youngest of the two, kept bragging about how she killed her mom at parties and school events. This led to the police approaching one of her friends to wear a wire to record her confessing. The girl spent 4 years in jail before being let off early on parole. They have new names and completely new lives. There was even a movie called Perfect Sisters depicting their story. Let's hope that they're not getting any profits from the ticket sales.
Please expose their names, bruh. These niggas are sick. They deserve to get more time in jail. The youngest what offender?
An 11-year-old boy from Britain, whose name can't be mentioned due to—
Nigga, you're 11 and you're OD on that timing? You horny ass nigga? 11 and you're doing that? Yeah, bro, you're nasty.
Legal purposes, is serving a custodial sentence for his multiple counts of rape and sexual misconduct. The boy pleaded guilty for raping the same boy 15 times, as well as 3 charges of inappropriate sexual touching. Reports say that on May 29, 2016, the boy accused was playing with a 7-year-old boy in his bedroom when his stepmother heard whispering over the baby monitor. Suspicious as to what could possibly be—
Have you even tried to live yet? Have you even tried to discover other things? The first thing you're sick-minded as an 11-year-old thought to yourself, I wonder what would happen if I was to sexually assault a kid.
Be going on, she investigated, only to find the 11-year-old raping her stepson. The defendant immediately said, "I'm sorry, I don't know why I did it." The victim told the police that he had been raped every single time they played together and was told to keep it a secret. The defendant was put on bail, after which he touched a disabled 11-year-old boy over his trousers. When he was accused a second time, the boy again showed remorse and seemed sorry for what he had done. He said that he too was raped as a child and was still working through that. As of right now, he's the youngest sex offender in Britain. You kind of feel sorry for him, but he really needs to pay for his actions.
Damn, that puts it into perspective. So the reason why he thought all of that was okay was probably because that was done onto him, huh? Do I hate him for that? Or do I hate the person who did it for enabling him to think that all of that is okay? This world is twisted, man. Both Bro, as an 11-year-old, you know that shit is not normal. So for him to do it, he probably thought that shit was normal because the other person that did it to him probably told him that it was normal. Oh, he found out it was wrong and he did it again? Okay, that puts a new perspective. Okay, he's weird and the nigga who did it on him is weird too.
Every teenager hates Mondays, but 16-year-old Brenda Spencer apparently hated them enough to end lives. At about 8:30 in the morning on a Monday in 1979, Brenda had the hunch to kill. The elementary school across from her house was just going into session with kids getting dropped off by their parents. She took a few shots from her sniper, which her dad gifted her for her birthday, complete with 400 rounds of ammunition. She shot at a couple of kids, wounding them. It took a couple of seconds before the adults on campus knew what was happening. The school's principal, Burton Ragg, ran outside, helping terrified children into the school. Him and the school's custodian, Mike Sakar, were unfortunately shot dead in the frenzy. What? Niggas came to the rescue and she shot them niggas too. How were you that much of a menace? Nigga playing Call of Duty with kids. Do you know how much of a menace you have to be to kill little kids, bro? Elementary schoolers at that. At this point, just give her the death penalty, bro. Why is it America, bro? What is with America and school shootings? You hate yourself that bad, nigga, just eliminate yourself. In GTA, man, y'all niggas making us look bad, bruh. Why is the dad giving her a rifle, nigga? Why are you giving a kid a rifle? Spencer ended up killing 2 people and wounding 9 others and was charged with 2 counts of murder. Her attorney tried to get her off on a plea of insanity, but that didn't work, and she's now serving 25 to life. People claim that her parents' divorce was the cause of her misconduct. They said that something died in her after the split, especially since her and her siblings were sent to live with their distant abusive father. She started to become interested in guns and metal bands like Alice Cooper. Brenda was given a parole hearing in 2005, but was unfortunately denied. She said in a TV interview that she was high on angel dust and pot when she committed the crime, but the toxicology reports say otherwise. She'll get another hearing in 2019 for potential parole. Ha ha ha. Look at you. You're locked up. Well deserved. And now look at you. Judge, I took some of that coke to the nose. That's why I was acting unusual. Look at you now. Arrested. Stupid. It's no surprise that she blames herself for the recent school shootings, considering she orchestrated one of the first ones in recent history. She was the pioneer. It's a bit of an odd career choice. 4 teenage Xbox players had their goals in sight as becoming professional hackers when they managed to hack into Microsoft, Epic Games, Valve, Zombie Studios, and the US Army. The 4 boys from various parts of the US and Canada managed to connect through their gaming networks online. The team allegedly used SQL injections as well as stolen passwords and usernames. The theft included software related to Microsoft's Xbox One gaming console and the Xbox Live gaming system. They also somehow swiped files containing data for unreleased games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Gears of War. What's really crazy though is that they also hacked into the US Army's databases and stole their helicopter pilot training software. Those are not regular gamers. No. These niggas is playing real life like it's a game, cause how the hell you gonna hack into the Army shit? The total property stolen is estimated to be between $100 and $200 million. The 4 boys were caught at the border when David Pecora, the Canadian of the bunch, and his dad were taking a trip to the States. He was taken into custody by the border guards and was told that it'll be a long time before he gets to return to Canada. The 4 boys will face up to 5 years in prison. Okay, that's not that bad. At least they didn't kill anyone, bro. Eric Miller, a chubby, nerdish kid from New York State, was only 13 when he killed 4-year-old Derek Robbie out in the woods. On August 2nd, 1993, the young defendant was out on his bike when he came across Derek, walking by himself to a nearby summer camp. Eric managed to lure him into the woods. Be honest with me, Ron Weasley. If you see this Harry Potter looking ass nigga walking across your street, you're not gonna think anything of him. You're not gonna think he could kill me. Never judge a person by their looks, bro. Never judge a book by its cover, because this man will murk you, bro. Eric managed to lure him into the woods, where he tortured and killed him. He dropped 2 large rocks on the 4-year-old's head and then strangled him to death. He then stuck a stick up the child's rear opening in an attempt to bash his heart so it'll stop beating. You stuck a what up his booty? No, you zesty ass killer, nigga. What is with niggas in doing that, bruh? Why would you stick a stick up a nigga's ass? I'll never get these murderers, bro. Just do the job and you're done. He then took out a red Kool-Aid drink from Derek's bag and poured it onto his wounds. Eric came home that day totally calm, as if nothing— No, in this frame specifically, why he looked 50 and 10 years old at the same time. It happened. The police eventually found out though, and on August 16th of the following year, Eric was charged with second-degree murder and sentenced to the maximum term for juveniles at the time, which was 9 years to life. Eric has been given a parole hearing every 2 years, but hasn't been let out since. When asked by the judge why he did it, he said, "Because instead of me being hurt, I was hurting someone else." I don't know if y'all niggas in high school and middle school, but if a nigga's bullying you, bro, don't take that personally. It's because that nigga's probably getting bullied at home or some shit. People that are confident in themselves do not care about you. The niggas that like to dick ride and like to insult you and call you all these names and like blah 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 is because they get bullied. Their life is no fun. That's basically what it is. Amarjit Sada of India killed probably more people than the average serial killer, and he's only 8. This is hard to believe, but this killer's second victim was his own sister, and his parents ended up covering it up in order to protect their son's freedoms. His third victim was a 6-month-old baby, whom he took from a neighboring house and then bashed with a brick until the baby stopped.
No, I'm gonna get to that. As a parent, you let your child kill your daughter, and you're not gonna say shit? You're not gonna be like, yo, maybe this son needs to go away. Maybe he needs to confess for his crimes. Arrest those parents too. If my son killed my daughter, he better hope I call the police. Nah, that nigga's done. That's GG's right there.
Stopped breathing. Police eventually connected the boy's recent killing with the killing of his own sister. When he was asked why he did these gruesome things, he simply smiled and asked for a cookie. His parents said that he doesn't understand right from wrong. A psychologist discovered that Amarjit had a chemical imbalance in his brain that caused him to express conduct disorder, which is a mental disorder where the sufferer doesn't understand morals. The data is foggy, but he allegedly spent about 3 years in either a prison or a mental institution. He's now reportedly a free agent, walking around with a new name and identity.
I'm never going there. I'm never going there. I'm never going there.
One British teen did the unthinkable. At only 15 years old, Daniel Bartlam killed his own mother in a gruesome horror movie-like display. The whole thing
What is with people and killing their mothers? That should be the last person you would want to kill.
was spurred on by a fight they were having at home. She called him a freak, and then something came over Daniel, and he began to hit his mother with a hammer, bashing in her skull. He then wrapped her in paper.
No, I'm telling y'all niggas right now, these type of kids will not last a single day in a foreign household. If you killed your mom over her calling you a freak, wait till you get to an African household. Wait till you probably get into an Asian household. You'll be done the first day. How you gonna get insulted at the term freak so much that you're willing to kill someone over it? You niggas make me sick. And the hammer too?
Covered her in gasoline and set her on fire. He initially claimed that an intruder came in and killed his mother, but the police found a written-out soap opera plot on his computer that describes a killer bashing someone in with a hammer and then leaving them on the train tracks to die. It was also discovered that Daniel watched the film Saw just hours before killing his mother. At the hearing, Daniel claimed that there were voices in his head that were telling him to kill, and that he was having
Bro think he Randy Orton. Or you not Randy Orton, little bro. You just a murderer.
visions of doing these things against his will. Mary Bell was born in 1957 into a poor Liverpool family. She wasn't exactly raised properly. Her mother was a prostitute who was an alcoholic and rarely ever home. Reports say that her mother would often force Mary into prostitution even though she was just a young girl. She also tried to kill her daughter multiple times. Mary was a rambunctious, troubled little kid. She oftentimes would do things like burn kids in her class with cigarettes or hold them down and fill their mouths with sand. Mary's first official killing was when she strangled 4-year-old Martin Brown in an abandoned house. That same summer, Brian Howe was found in a garbage dump with an M carved on his chest, which seemingly stands for Mary. This wasn't enough to spur on a full-on investigation though, and it wasn't until Mary and her partner in crime—
What do you mean that's not enough to put on a full investigation? She literally carved her whole initial on the nigga kid. Is that not enough evidence? She put an M on him like he Luigi's brother. That's a bar right there. No. Okay, that's the wrong time to be spitting bars, but
Norma left confession notes at a nearby nursery that they were brought in for questioning. When the detective saw Mary's gleeful reaction to Brian being taken out of his family's home in a casket, he knew that she was to be locked up indefinitely. Mary served 12 years in jail and was
Wait, hold on, let me see.
It wasn't until Mary and her partner in crime, Norma, left confession notes at a nearby nursery that they were brought in for questioning.
Damn.
When the detective saw Mary's gleeful reaction to Brian being taken out of his family's home in a casket, he knew that she was to be locked up indefinitely. Mary served 12 years
No. The fact that you're cheering at someone's death, go away.
in jail and was released at 23. She's now living in England under a fake name. One of the youngest killers in history, a 4-year-old boy from Saudi Arabia allegedly gunned down his father with his dad's own pistol when he found out his parents weren't buying him a PlayStation. The dad was apparently undressing and put the weapon down for a brief moment when the kid picked it up and started firing. Saudi Arabia has dubbed this kid the country's youngest killer.
You killed your dad over a PlayStation? Fuck them kids. I'm getting condoms for the rest of my life.
This might be a warning for parents to hold off buying your kids.
He was only 4? He was only 4? When I was 4, I wasn't even going on PlayStations. How is he pulling a trigger at age 4? How does he have the strength and the aim? John Wick for real, bruh.
Arabia has dubbed this kid the country's youngest killer. This might be a warning for parents to hold off buying your kids video games, because it could potentially lead to them reenacting that behavior.
Or maybe just don't have a loaded gun near your children. Rest in peace that dude though.
Especially when that game contains violence. A 15-year-old from Utah allegedly killed his 2 younger brothers with a knife. The boy had a history of acting out. He ran away from home for about a year. Despite his troubled disposition, neighbors of the family claimed that his parents were very loving and attentive. The family had adopted 2 children into the family, and these were the 2 brothers who were eventually killed. The bodies of the victims were found on the floor of the family home when the mom and dad were returning from a dance recital. The teen was found miles away from the house, where he was eventually arrested and taken into custody by the police. What's odd about the case is that the perpetrator wasn't raised in a poor family or abusive household. Something inside him just snapped.
So he was a rich nigga and he was killing people? You have no worries in life and you still want to kill. I'll never understand these killers, bro.
There you go, our top 10 child criminals. I can't believe some of these people are out in this world, walking around out there.
Yes, most of them are out, and that's what's creeping me out. No. But anyways, that does conclude that video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you guys join the Discord and Twitch link in the description. YXL for life. Love y'all. And peace.